Greetings from Muslim George. I am here to talk about the fatwa against Muslim accepting infidel citizenship as issued by Muhammad himself. There are about 60 million Muslims who left their Islamic mission to share and take a whole oath of allegiance to Kufar and the principles, thus becoming citizens of the Kufar nation. Now they have realized that they have broken every single tenets of Islam, becoming infidel citizens, thus losing the status as Muslims. The only solution for Muslims to escape this fatwa is to pack their bags and families, leave infidel nations, and become Muslims again in any Islamic nation of their choice, or to Mecca, where Muhammad said is the rightful land of all Muslims in the world. It's mentioned in the Qur'an, take not into your intimacy those outside your rank, they will not fail to corrupt you, you only desire to ruin. Rank hatred has already appeared from their mouths. What their heart concealed is far worse. They have made plain to you the signs, if ye have wisdom. Again in the Quran, it's clearly mentioned that take not for friends unbelievers rather than believers. Do ye wish to offer Allah an open truth against yourself? Muhammad is against Muslims making friends with unbelievers. Let's examine another fatwa. Here Muhammad said, take not the Jews and Christians for your friends and protectors. They are but friends and protectors to each other, and any among you has accepted them for friendship, you should really allegate not the people of interest. Here it's very clearly said, don't make friends with Jews and Christians, Muslims. In another place in the Quran, Muhammad mentioned that choose not for guardians such as those who receive the scriptures before you, that is the Christians and the Jews and of the disbelievers, as make a jest and sport of your religion, but keep credit to Allah if you are true believers. Again it's mentioned, don't make friends with Jews and Christians, Muslims. You've been issued a fatwa. And in another place in the Quran, it's mentioned very clearly that with regards to non-Muslims, the Muslims should disown insult them. You should not feel any love in the hearts towards them. Them means the Muslims and Christians and those who are not Muslims, basically. Again, it's mentioned in the Quran that the Muslims should never make friends with non-Muslims. Another part of Quran, it's mentioned that the rights of Allah and His Prophet and His Prophet are more important than our personal rights. Remember this, that this is one of the things that will help you to hate them. Hate them means hate non-Muslims, and regard them as enemies until they believe in Allah alone. So we are enemies to Muslims until we believe Allah is the true God. Well, it's very clear this fatwa has to be followed by Muslims. Again, in another part of the Quran, it's clearly mentioned the Kufar in general do not believe in the Quran or in any of my messages. They reject the Quran and they reject me as the prophet. So Muhammad has laid the foundation for Muslims to hate non-Muslims. So how can a Muslim be inclined towards accepting equal citizen in a Kufar country or even gain knowledge for himself in a Kufar education system? We witness what Muhammad has advocated to Muslims to do in the Quran. As a non-Muslim or unbelievers, we do not hate Muslims, but it's Muslims who are directed by Allah to Muhammad to hate us, the unbelievers. So Muslims, it's clearly been stated by Muhammad in the Quran that you're not supposed to like us with the cause. So my advice to you is to pack your bags, take your family, and leave infidel nation to live. Ciao Bella. This is Dr. George for Qur'an Production.